Sutherland. Sian, really good to talk to you. Thank you for joining us today. Firstly, what do you mean by a toxic time bomb of plastic pollution?
Yet again, here we are reverting to this dinosaur material that we all now know, we've seen proven time and time again, is highly destructive to the environment. And so we're taking this very understandable, slightly fearful, knee-jerk reaction to protecting ourselves, but what we're not doing is protecting the planet. So we have to really look at where is all this plastic-based PPE going to go? And it's very simple. It's either going to be landfilled, or it's going to be incinerated, and we all know where burning fossil fuels has got us with the climate crisis, or it's going to be exported. And I'm ashamed to say that here in the UK, we are still exporting over 60% of our plastic waste, largely to Turkey now. So really we need to look at what is the most sustainable thing that we can do. What is the thing that is really going to help protect nature? Because we absolutely know now that if we don't protect nature, then nature cannot protect ourselves. And the first thing that we should turn to is a reusable. So just use a reusable mask. And then if you have to use a disposable, anything to protect you of a disposable nature, and there are many businesses that have to have these hair salons, for example, have now been told that they should be using visors. So then use something that is made of a material that nature knows how to handle. So what we did at A Plastic Planet is, rather than complain about the problem, we need to actually lead by example and prove that we don't need to use this toxic fossil fuel derived material as the default. So we created the world's first plastic-free PPE, which is using entirely wood-based solutions. So it is card paper, really simple, absolutely recyclable. And then the clear visor itself is made out of cellulose, which is derived from wood pulp. So this is actually home compostable. So this is the kind of thing that we can all turn to if you have to have something disposable. But absolutely the most sustainable thing we can do is use a reusable mask.
I guess the trouble is persuading countries and governments to take the lead and do what you suggest, because as we're hearing constantly, coronavirus is here to stay, it'll be here for the foreseeable future. There will be that demand for PPE.
Exactly. And if you actually run the numbers, just face masks alone, if everybody in the world decided to use a disposable face mask, we're talking about 3,000 trillion every single year. And as we know, there is no massive recycling infrastructure for plastic. I hate to burst anybody's recycling bubble. There are no recycling fairies. In the UK, we recycle only 9% of our plastic here in the UK. Globally, the numbers are going down, or actually global recycling numbers are now at 7%. So we need to realize that if we use plastic to protect ourselves, it will exist in the environment. Unless burnt, it will exist in the environment for centuries. So we need governments to step up. We need industry to look at alternative materials. There is absolutely no way that we can destroy the planet, destroy the health of marine life, the health of future generations in this short-termist approach to protecting ourselves right now.
Is it possible to quantify how much more plastic has been put in our oceans because of COVID-19?
Well, I've seen a lot of varying stats, but if you just look at the amount of pieces of PPE ordered in the last few months by the UK NHS alone, that's 2 billion pieces of plastic PPE that would not have been ordered, would not have been manufactured prior. And I think all of us have probably seen, when you go into your supermarkets, we thought things were perhaps on the turn, huge amount of conversation, lots of plastic pledges and pacts and promises. But you go into your local supermarket right now, and it will still be a sea of plastic. So people are not listening to the science on plastic. People are not really hearing that actually the virus lives longer on plastic than it does on most other materials, particularly porous materials. So here we are in a world where nearly every world leader is being flanked in public broadcast, flanked by scientists, listening to the scientists in anything to do with COVID. And yet in the world of science on plastic, nobody is listening.
Sian,
we all know that this is a material that we need to move away from.
Sian, very good to get your thoughts. Sian Sutherland, co-founder of Plastic.